and here we are with episode 2 of the Bush Boppers Footy Show. I'm one of your co-hosts, Conan Holding. This is my sister, Brittany Holding. And our first segment today, we're going to kick off with what we're calling Friday afternoon fact checks.
Yeah.
So Gayndah had a couple. We were wrong on a few statistics there about Gayndah.
We were.
So Brittany got an email message from Gayndah.
Yep, from Gayndah and from Rob himself. So we said 7 or 8 grand finals. It's 7. They're going for the 8 straight. They're going for the Queensland dynasty. They wanted to do that, which I suppose that's a good one to be able to get wrong, 7 or 8. And then Rob messaged, because we heard Rob Linscott, and because we know Bailey, he's around our age group, we just assumed...
Well, Bailey has family in Mundubbera as well.
Mundubbera Met, and Bailey's played for Mundubbera, so that's what we just assumed. But it's actually not. He says he's a born and bred Gayndah man. Through and through. He's just had a little break from footy for the last 2 years, so he coached them from 2017 to 2022. There's a fair amount of premierships in there. He's just had the last 2 years off, and now he's back.
See, now what baffled me with that was the fact that he's coached how many years did he coach? He coached a couple.
17 to 22. So
he coached five premiership teams.
Yep.
And then left, and then Gayndah continued to win.
To win, that's right. So that shows you the group that they've got, doesn't it?
Success breeds success, as they say.
That's right. So they've obviously got a really good playing group there. Well, we've got Scrum Dog. Scrum Dog's been commenting on our YouTube post.
Yep.
He's obviously a Gayndah boy. He's keen to get us there to Gayndah, and the club's keen for us to go there and do that barbecue, and they're loving the footy show on the video, so we're keen. We'll go to Gayndah probably, I reckon, in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Whoever's YouTube handle is Scrum Dog, let us know, and we'll see if we can get you on the mic, as long as you're training.
Yeah.
Make sure you're training, mate.
That's brilliant. So we did a little quick trip to Childers last night.
Yes, we went on our quick trip to Childers, for those of you who watched, and we did our inaugural stubby cooler giveaway for the 100 kilo handicap. We said that we were writing out IOUs and giving them out, so we give it to Big Boppet, Ethan Reeves. Big fella cleaned up in his 100 kilo handicap. Hence, we want big boys to win it. Here we have Ethan Reeves, the man, the myth, the legend, that won our first ever HKH Footy Show. And here we have the inaugural stubby cooler selection. So, Reeves, we'll leave it all up to you, mate. Big boys, you're the first person to go. Get gifted one of these. All right, it's a big moment. All right, I'll let you choose. Congratulations, mate. I'm sure you'll win more in the future.
Can we talk a bit?
As you can see, Conan's got the goods. That's one version of it. Our other one is the maroon version. You would have seen what Ethan chose last night. So we've got those 2 items. Bucket hats probably in the next 2 weeks. Stickers, as you can see here. Stickers, I've just stuck that on a cheap old little Stanley Cup from Big W.
And more merch coming. We will diversify what we have.
We'll move on to Agnes Waters. They've actually got back to us about their questions. You would have seen we were talking about their car raffle last week, so they've got back onto us about their questions. And again, nearly as good as Bailey Kimber, I reckon, about these in-depth answers. So the first one was about if you had coaching staff changes or anything like that. And you'd know for our first episode, we're talking about Agnes. They did finish disappointing last year, just ran out of numbers, which, happens to the best of the teams when it happens. So, yes, they have Brett Young back. Brett is a former captain coach of the club who has come back to mentor the next era of Marlins.
Now, that is Youngie.
That is Youngie, yep.
Dad and them were there in 2016.
Yeah, that's right.
Right,
yep.
Well, he was a good coach at the time.
Yeah. Yep, and he, after we were there for that year after that, he, as it says, captain coach for a while after it. So he's obviously keen to get back around it and back involved, which usually is the flow of how, mountains and peaks, what do they call it? Peaks and rivers or whatever.
Yep.
Clubs go up and down. So he's one of 3. So they have a 3
they've done a big one.
Yeah, they have a 3-person coaching staff, obviously, to get the best out of the players. Now, the next person is Roger Matakamika.
Matakamika?
No. Matakamika. And it says, Roger is a Fijian international that brings with him decades of experience and seriously tough playing that is working with our forwards.
That he wouldn't be related to Kamakamika that's playing for Storm, would he?
That's my pronunciation of it. Again, I'm going to be in trouble because that's probably not even how you say it, but that's how it's spelled, seems how it sounds.
Well, I feel like even if we're wrong, they'll done with that. Tell him that he's your son from now on.
But Fijian International obviously knows what he's doing. Sounds like a big boy working with the forwards. And then the third and final is Luke Jackson. says Luke has come from the Clermont Bears, where he spent years playing and coaching. Luke has put together this coaching team, and the combination of these three people is driving a player and club culture that's evident on the training paddock. So they're getting huge numbers to training between the 19 and 20, just like other people have sent in that they're getting. So if they're training the house down, they've got 3 footy heads that know what's going on and they're all keen to get around and get in playing, then I think that's only up and up.
Well, rugby league comes down to fitness, doesn't it? So if they've got 20 fellas at
Yeah.
training, that's all the more fitness you can do, because you never want to do fitness with
And
6.
they have been training for a while. It's not like it's just 2 weeks in.
No,
Like
they
they
did
trained
start
for a while.
early, didn't they?
Yeah, so that's good. The next question was trials. Haven't looked any trials in, and they are not travelling to the Mandubra Nines. Probably a bit too far for Agnes. So they'll just be looking forward to
Well,
round one.
Calliope went there last year, so
That's true.
no excuses.
Yeah.
And Taroom.
Yeah, to Rome on Don, we'll get to them in the nines, but yeah, probably a bit out of there. Probably not what they're into. Nines, suppose nines is no reflection of 13, so
Well, I mean,
it's really more of a social thing.
They probably asked and they said, no,
Yeah.
we've got stuff on. So
Yeah.
it's as simple as that.
As far as players, they said, yep, fantastic group of young local players who are driving the club's rebuild on and off the field. So they have been doing a lot of stuff, raffles and such, as a club that them younger players are all getting into. And then let's move on to their key signings. Got some familiar names here. They say Dylan Morrison from Sydney. Can't say. I feel like that name's familiar, but
It is very familiar.
I feel like there was a Dylan in 2016 when we were there, but could be wrong.
Oh, Toucan.
No, that was Rory.
You sure?
Yeah, that was Rory Lawrence. Rory Slater was 210.
Oh, yes.
Wade Stanton from the Mergen Mustangs.
Huge signing.
Huge signing.
Absolute workhorse in the middle.
Bush bopper, for sure. Huge signing of Wade. Obviously, I'm under the assumption he still lives in Mary or around here, so he obviously
we haven't
must
heard
be.
any different.
No, he must be working up there every now and again, or leads into the next signing of Tim McIntosh out of retirement.
For the 5th time.
Yeah. Yeah.
5th? 6th?
Something. Tim McIntosh out of retirement. So he has had a few years off.
Oh, he has.
Didn't play last year, and then the year before I think he was sort of really involved with that league tag, but a few years off. Obviously, building club culture around it is obviously seeing good things and wants to get back involved. It's very hard if you've retired to try and get back involved when there's 13 players every week or 11. Like, you're not going to come back out.
And it's especially hard to go to training when you still can play and to not train. And then when you find yourself training to then tell the boys, oh, no, I'm not going to play.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just going to come train the house down.
Yeah, exactly. So, good key signings. That's good info.
Well, if you want club
answers.
culture, Timmy McIntosh.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, sounding very positive them if they're the names, the signings of what they're getting.
Yeah, good on you, Trap City.
Now, 5 was any information they wanted to put out from a club level. So you would have seen on Sunday we put out their car raffle. Oh, Tuesday I think they come out actually. All the car off. So they've sent that, yes, car raffle from their sponsors. Nathan Coombs Mechanical has donated the car. We've got that link up on our last video, and tickets are available for the Facebook, and the car will be there at home games. They also run seafood tray raffles at the Agnes Water Tavern, Saturday Arvos from 3:00 starting on the 22nd of March.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm sure the community's getting around it. It's a car.
Yeah, that's a great raffle.
If you're going to go to the pub and spend a couple $100, then you might as well buy a couple of tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting the seafood raffle.
Yeah. So, second thing was any days to of note, and it was their first home game of the season is they're going to make their sponsors day. I say we have had an unbelievable response to their sponsorship options this year, which we know through Wondai years ago when clubs do rebuild and they're serious about rebuilding, and you can tell they're serious and they've got a good committee and good players, sponsors just fly on board. So
and it makes sponsors days a lot better.
That's right.
If you have 40 people in your clubhouse that are all sponsors and partners of sponsors,
exactly,
it really shows that your club's getting better. The players see it, community members and club volunteers see it. It's hard when you have a sponsors day and 6 turn up.
Yeah, that's right. So they've said unbelievable response to all of the options and packages, and the sponsors day will be about putting on a family-friendly footy day at Marlin Park to thank the sponsors and showcase the growth within the club. They're going to have coffee van, ice cream van, jumping castle, bar, best run canteen in the NDRL, which we will review.
We will be doing.
We will be stamping approval of that. Committee news, which we always love, is Chris Irving is back as president. They have new volunteers, and a lot of junior coaches continue to get involved as committee members and volunteers. So that's what you need. Parents coming in to help coach, then you sort of blood them into a committee role, into a volunteer role, and all of a sudden you've got lots of help. So that's awesome for them. Last was preseason. What's the feel of preseason? They said it's best preseason to date. Numbers are strong. They're exactly where they want to be at this stage of the season. They've been training for 9 weeks. So he sent this to me a few weeks ago. So just probably completed their 10th. Squad's looking fit and strong. There's a good feel around the club and playing group. Boys are eager to start. And then touching on league tag, Agnes have actually closed their team regos. So they had 2 teams last year. They've closed their regos for this year because they are full for the 2 squads. So that's unbelievable in the start of March to close your regos. So good on them. That is bloody awesome. So,
well, hopefully, since they're overflowing, some of those players that want to play for Agnes and have been told no will go to other league tag teams.
Right.
They'll still be able to go to the same venue with all their friends every weekend.
Yeah.
They'll just be playing on a different team. Because as we know, Avondale and some of those other league tag teams struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Not everyone's like Childers and Agnes and have too many numbers. So that'll only make that comp stronger.
Yeah. So it'll be
it's
good.
on the up and up.
Yeah, absolutely. Calliope did message back. They haven't completed their answers yet, but they said their coach messaged and said boys might be a bit shy about doing the video stuff, but he thinks they'll be keen to go up there and get around it. So that'll be a trip and a half on a Thursday night.
Well, why not a good little pit stop along the way?
That'll make it worth it. Right here. Zinkaloon Bar, Baffle Creek, exactly.
Actually, that might make the perfect opportunity to do a Zinkaloon Bar wrap. So that will be coming in the weeks when we get to Calliope. You'll see plenty of content that week. Get ready for it.
That's about all the responses. All the clubs have been messaged, so if you are watching and your club hasn't been on here yet, it's because they haven't replied to the answers.
Get on to your president.
And I did see South Killeen posted this morning, they had a big post about wanting players. So South Killeen are on the lookout for players. Not a desperate post, but just saying anyone who's around that hasn't, shared interest yet, get around it.
Probably just looking for that extra 2 or 3 or 4 every weekend.
Yeah.
Which makes a real big difference. People don't think 3 people's a difference, but imagine getting someone with 12 instead of 15.
Yeah, exactly. So
all of a sudden.
No, that's awesome. So that's the wrap of the clubs. And I guess we move straight into what we've been salivating about now for months, is the Mundubbera Nines Carnival.
Oh, yes.
We are very, very excited for this carnival tomorrow.
Shaking, biting at the bit to get amongst it today.
If you've already seen our story already, I've went through and made a draw for each club, so you can just screenshot your club's draw for the day instead of having to go through the big one. But, yeah, we are bloody keen.
Oh, yeah, well, it's going to be a big one. That I didn't expect there to be 7 teams because there was a bit of talk that not everyone in the Central Burnett had a team, and the only South Burnett team was Wandai.
Yep.
But then Taroom Wandoan, Taroom Wandoan Warriors have put in a team, so they're travelling 5 hours. 5 hours, 5 hours from Mundubbera to Taroom. Mm-hmm. So I'm imagining that's going to be a bit of a bust. Yeah. We all have a bit of culture. That's a bit of a team bonding session in itself.
That's right.
But it's going to be a really good draw. Gayndah have had good numbers.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from Eidsvold, but Mundubbera good numbers.
Yeah, and Eidsvold clearly have numbers if they're nominated to play in the Nines.
And if Taroom didn't have good numbers, they wouldn't be coming to Mundubbera.
That's exactly right.
Binghamton have good numbers. Wandai have good numbers. Wandai are running a bus.
Yep.
So
should be great. I think it's shaping up to be one of the better ones.
And no one's really got a clear advantage in the draw, see? Because we have to play Gayndah. We're going to be Gayndah's second game because I have 17, so there's going to be 3 games than us.
Yep.
But then we have 1 game's break and we play again. So everyone's draw is pretty equal in the sense of games.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
time you get to rest.
No one's playing back-to-back and then someone else with a 3-hour gap. So, it's good. I was going through the draw. I've been over about 6 times this morning, making sure what I posted was what was in the draw.
And there's going to be a 100-metre sprint.
Yep, 100-metre sprint challenge sponsored by POSCO Quality Builders, and it's a $100 prize. And you can only nominate 2 players from your team.
And unfortunately, there isn't a kilo handicap on that, so I won't be entering.
There probably won't be any boards for content for that, so we may or may not even waste our video footage on recording back.
Well, if there's no forwards in it, we're not going to record it.
And then after it all, obviously they have first verse fourth, second verse third in a knockout straight up. And then those 2 obviously go to play the grand final.
So, yeah, it'll be good because everyone goes to the Nines thinking to blood a few fellas have a bit of a go, see if you can win some games.
Yeah.
But once it comes time to the finals, so it'll be
Yeah.
good to see who is there to win it and who's there to blood players and who's going to jag their way into the finals, because there's always massive up and downs. Everyone's got to play 4 games, so everyone won't get to play everyone, unfortunately.
No, yeah, you do miss out on some. But I think they've, like, I'm going to say it's not a coincidence, but here we have match 13 of the day, 5 o'clock, Mandubra versus Gayndah.
Oh,
I think that's
really?
intentional, but that's brilliant. That's
and
what the locals want
semi-final
to
one
watch.
will be Mandubra versus Gayndah.
So that's what people want to watch. It's really good. So if we do a quick run through of the draw, straight up at 12 o'clock, which makes sense because they're the 2 closest teams, is Mandubra versus Eidsvold. And then we have Monto versus Wandai at 12:25. Then we've got Gayndah versus the Taroom Wandoan Battlers at 12:50. 1:15 is Bigoden versus Eidsvold. So that's Bigoden's first game and will be Eidsvold's second. So Bigoden sort of come in a bit later, which is good. And we've got 1:40 Mandubra versus Monto. 2:05 Wandai versus Taroom Wandoan. 2:30 Gayndah versus Bigoden. 2:55 Eidsvold versus Monto. That'll be a good game. 3:20 Mandubra versus Taroom Wandoan. 3:45 Gayndah versus Wandai. 4:10 Bigoden versus Monto, which is sort of I think you're gonna be sick of playing each other. Bigoden are playing Monto there, and then you're playing in that pre-round, and then playing in.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because there's 5 teams, so you only get 4 games for there's 7 teams, only 4 games for finals. They should have made every Central Burnett team, or at least try to make it.
Maybe play someone else.
So they played Wandai and Taroom.
But you can't pick everything with the draw. And I think purposefully, obviously, Mandubra are playing Eidsvold because they're closest.
Yes.
And then they want to be the main game at 5, which they're hosting, so they can do whatever they want with the draw.
Whatever they want, yes. It'd be good to see teams from small teams from other teams on there. You don't want to play the same fellas again.
Yeah, I really only realised that this morning going through it, going Wandai and Taroom Wandoan are they're the only outside team. Everyone else is.
Well, Wandai and Taroom shouldn't play each other in the fixtures, if you think about it.
Well, yeah.
All 4 of their games should be against Central Burnett teams.
Then we've got match 12 is Eidsvold Taroom Wandoan. Match 13, Mandubra Gayndah, which will be the main game of the day at 5. And then 5:25 is Bigoden Flay Wandai. And so that'll be the last fixture of the day at 5:25. And then the next semi's not till 6:05. So that's got a good 40-minute break for them to do this 100-metre sprint, which won't take 40 minutes, but that'll give everyone enough time to either pack up if you're finished and move to the bar, reset yourselves for both the semis games, move to a better position in the bar.
There is a rumour that we might be running a HKH.
Maybe.
There's a rumour getting around if we can get the organisation and get a few fellas keen.
Yeah.
If we can jag a bloody 14-man HKH with all the big boppers from every team.
Yeah, that's right. Biggest dog from every team.
Biggest dog from every team, yeah.
So
we'll also be walking around with the mic, getting some interviews done, post-game interviews.
Will be interviewing.
We'll be interviewing.
We're going to hand out like kickoff of the day. So like kickoff carry of the day. So we'll be videoing every single kickoff.
Big hit of the day.
I want to see big dogs taking the carry from the kickoff, and then biggest hit of the day, for sure. So biggest carry, biggest hit, which is a tackle. Then we've got, first final at 6:05, second final at 6:30, and then the grand final at 7. So it'll be a long day. It'll be good though. Starts at 12. Later starts good. Usually when these carnivals start early, everyone loses interest by mid-afternoon. But
long day is good. Long day is good because it'll give people plenty of time to get to our merch tent.
That's right. We'll be there all day with our stubby coolers.
And if there's anyone in there that's just spectating, they want to just go there for a good day of watching footy, merch tent will be there. Come get yourself a stubby cooler, head back to the bar with it, tell everyone at the bar where you got it.
Yep.
Preferably, we'd like to sell every stubby cooler we have.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. So after the final, they're going to have presentations, obviously present the winner of the day. And then they're going to have $100 for most tries of the carnival, and then also $100 for the MVP of the carnival, which is ranked off a 3-2-1 vote by the refs at the end of every match. So obviously most points wins MVP. Both of those prizes are sponsored by POSCO Quality Builders. How good's that?
That is very good.
Very
Unfortunately, it'll probably be a back.
Yeah.
So we might have to run our own point system.
Yeah, but
or get the points tallies and see which forward has the most points. And
we might do our own little stats sheet, and we might hand it out on this show on Sunday because we're going to do a review on Sunday. But yeah, keen for Mandubra. Bailey was really good. Sent that draw through on as they released it, but we asked for it and he didn't say no in giving it, so that's awesome. Mandubba are doing heaps of work getting ready for it. Field looks good. They've got all of their own merch ready and keen to sell. We'll buy some of their stuff while we're there. I think it'll be good.
Heaps of stuff going on. I'm keen for it. I'm big fellas aren't usually keen for the Nines, but
Yeah.
every year we go there, there's plenty of opportunity, plenty of space, which, it's a bit of a foreign thing for forwards, a bit of space, but, I just love getting the one-on-ones, one-on-one tackles.
I think it's just going to be a really good gauge for the comp. Like, I think this is going to be such a good promotional day for Central Burnett. Like other years, like we said, not all the teams nominate, or they will, but it's too early and they don't have good numbers and it's sort of a bit of a miss. But I think it's going to be really good. And with those two other teams coming, making it 7, I think it's going to be such a good promotional day for Central Burnett. And running those little events, the 100 metres and then the prizes after, I think it's just going to be really great.
And hopefully the 3 teams that don't make finals hang around in the bar.
Yeah, that's
They
what we like to
usually
see.
do. Every other year they usually hang around in the bar.
And realistically, if the last game is Wandai Bigoton at 5:25 and the final is not till 7, if, say, Wandai and Bigoton don't make it, it's only an extra hour because their game would go till about 5:40. It's only an extra hour and a bit that you hang around for the final.
It'd be a bit of a piss take if your last game's 4 o'clock and no chance of making finals.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be good. Being 7 teams, top 4, I think it's going to be great.
Well, everyone always gets around country footy. A few fellas, there's a lot of speed, a lot more speed than people think getting around in country football. A few of these Fijian, Samoan, Tongan fellas.
Pacific Islanders, they're always good running around, bit of space, and they're gone. So, yeah. Oh, did we fact check about Gayndah? We gave him a bit of a razzling on, Coden said that they were very, what'd you say?
They've been a bit disappointing.
They actually were runners up last year, which I do remember now. Yes, they did play Sherbrooke.
Only runners up because Wandai had to play Sherbrooke in a semi and not Gayndah.
Yeah, that's right. So, but yeah, they did come second last year, but previously to that, nothing big like winners and back-to-backs and all that. So, which is always what you think. They've won that many in a row and then they come to the Nines and don't win it. Which Nines, again,
is a
totally
completely different game
than 13. So, yeah, sorry, Gayndah. Dusted you on that one. Said you haven't done anything. You actually come second. So,
but I haven't seen a big Wandai yet. Not while I'm on the field anyway, so I don't think I'll see him big and neither.
Yeah. I think it's going to be good. I'm excited. So, again, if you see either of our big heads and you want a video, just ask us. We're not
get us on the stories, give us a tag.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say no to sculling a beer.
Yeah. If you see Conan eating something, get a good
it'll be off.
It'll be good. Yeah. So as you can tell, we've lost some jerseys. That's only thanks to Cyclone Alfie. It's just been blowing a gale. We've had to delay our filming today because it was just blowing all of this around. Jerseys, snapped them off. So
the old coat hangers aren't very tough, but this is a perfect opportunity for people to send in their jerseys.
Yeah.
If you have a jersey that you want on the show, we're going to Mandubba Nines this weekend.
Yeah.
Bring it, give it to us, or even when we're there, give us your number 20 jersey from your club team.
Yeah.
G your coach up, and we'll give it back to you at some point in the year. Because we'll be going to Central Burnett games, we'll be going to Northern District games.
Give it to us, we'll talk about it. We'll give your club a bit of a wrap, bit of a history on it. So, yeah, very good.
Get yourselves media ready.
Yeah, get ready. Get on the story, screenshot your team's draw so you're not going back through the big one, looking at other people's teams that you don't really care what their draw is.
Get it on your group chats, get it on your Facebook,
send it around.
Give us a follow, give us a like, buy some merch on Saturday.
But yeah, what's prep? Prep from a number 9s. Chair, you haven't bought a chair. If you're a club, make sure you bring your Zebo. Sunscreen for sure. No BYO onto the field, so don't be bringing your Eskies trying to sneak your own alcohol in. That's about it. Just get a chair. Bar's always a good spot, so if you want to be comfy, bring your own chair for the bar. That's about it.
And the bar is also majoritively cans and bottles, so you're going to need a stubby cooler.
I haven't seen Mandubba if they posted they have some, but...
Oh, well, we know...
Theirs or ours. We know someone who's got stubby coolers.
We know someone who's selling stubby coolers on Saturday, so...
Yeah. Very good, but very excited. We'll see you all there.
That's the first Friday Ave wrap-up done by the Bushpoppers Footy Show. See you Saturday.